Well, hello everyone. My name is Brent Gove. I'll be hosting the EXP Realty webinar today. Excited to have you with us. We have a record turnout on today's webinar. So I'm going to be going over and explaining what all the benefits are and opportunities with EXP. Now, before I do that, I just want to take a moment and give you kind of a brief background on myself and what brought me to this wonderful company. And I promise to be brief, but been in real estate for 21 years now. Started when I was 30. A little quick math tells you I'm 51 years old. I currently run a large team in Sacramento, California. We'll do over $100 million this year, as we've been doing for the past few years. I've been, my first 12 years in real estate, I was at RE/MAX, had a great experience there, loved it. In 2009, Keller Williams came knocking on my door. I answered that call and went to Keller Williams, and I've been there for the past 8 years, had a great experience, wonderful time at Keller. And then I got a call back in October, 9 months ago, from a friend of mine out of Dallas, Texas, Sheila Bergeron. I have a lot of respect for Sheila. She was about 20 million a year in sales and just a great lady. And she asked me if I'd ever heard of EXP Realty. At the time I was at Keller Williams. I'd never heard the letters EXP. And I said, nope. And she said, Brent, this company's going to revolutionize the way real estate is done in North America. It is so exciting, so agent-centric, so many good benefits for the agent. I'm like, okay. And she said, would you watch a short webinar and give me your opinion on this new model? I said, of course. And I knew that I would not be interested. I always say I knew that I would. I mean, what could be better than Keller Williams? For me, I was in love with the company, and so, but I had a lot of respect for Sheila, and I thought I'd watch the webinar and at least give her my opinion. Well, obviously, my opinion was more than favorable, shall we say. So let's dive into it. What is EXP? What can it do for you? What makes it so different from every other big brokerage out there? So let's dive into it. Well, first of all, it's agent-owned, not franchise-owned. It's owned by the agent. So rising tide rises all ships, not the ships of a few franchise owners. So it's really different that way. Cloud brokerage, with another way to kind of explain that, is this little company called Netflix. They were a cloud company. They went to Blockbuster, which was not. They have all those locations, thousands they had in North America. They were a $6 billion company with a B, $6 billion. When Netflix says, hey, you don't need any of that overhead. That's just all those commercial spaces, heat, cool, insure, and fill with inventory and employees and cash registers and computers and scanners and telephone equipment, just all the stuff you got to do. You don't need any of that. You just point and click and do it. We're cloud-based. And so Blockbuster made the biggest mistake of their $6 billion life, and they said, no, thank you. They kind of poo-pooed the tech. Well, you know what happened. Netflix was forced to go out and do what they told them they could do, and 5 short years later, they bankrupted a $6 billion company at the height of their success. They didn't pick off a fledgling billion-dollar company. This is David and Goliath. I mean, they took down Goliath. I mean, overnight. And we see this again and again. iTunes comes out, record stores go away. Amazon comes out, bookstores go away. Uber comes out, taxi cabs, even poor taxi cab drivers are dealing with it with the advent of technology with Uber. I mean, so here it is. The first major cloud-based company, EXP, coming to the way it's always been done. These companies on the left, I worked at RE/MAX, loved it. Worked at Keller Williams, loved it. But think of them as Blockbuster, bookstores, travel agents, Macy's, just saturated with overhead. And so the cloud-based counterpart is putting them out of business. How? Well, 4 major disruptors. Because we're cloud-based, we're able actually to subsidize lead generation. EXP agents get listings from EXP, but they don't pay 40% or 50%. They don't pay anything, and we'll explain how that works. And they get buyers. So that's the most important thing to an agent is business. Number 3, we're agent-owned, publicly traded over-the-counter stock, audited by the SEC every 90 days, open books. We'll talk about the 6 different ways to acquire stock in our company to make you a share holder in the company. And then finally, revenue sharing, unparalleled revenue sharing. This is what brought me to EXP. The top 3 I like, the 4th one's why I left the company I loved, revenue sharing. So we'll save the best for last. So let's dive into this. So EXP is a cloud-based company. We have a cloud campus, and just like any college campus, you can go all over that campus. There's different departments and buildings. You got human resources, the productivity center, agent services, accounting, IT, the technology department, you name it, auditoriums, classrooms. This is an actual screenshot of a meeting taking place in the EXP cloud. These are all real people from all over North America. Every seat's full at the table. Few people standing in the back. Point and click, you're in the room. Point and click, you're at the table. No airfare, no Uber, no hotels, no great costs, and very collaborative. It sounds like this. Like you hear my voice, looks like that. Within 30 seconds, you forget you're in a virtual environment, and you can meet with people and discuss business planning or how to build a team, team building, or luxury marketing, or listing presentations, or SEO, or technology, whatever. It's all happening in the cloud every day. Basically, at the click of a mouse, you could do business anywhere, anytime on the internet. We have over 70 full-time EXP support staff in the cloud to help you. We have over 25 to 35 hours a week of live, fully interactive training in the cloud. Topics are there on the right. Now, here's the best part. You're going to get leads. EXP has signed agreements with two of the most successful lead generation companies in North America. These are Ferrari-type websites to help you with lead gen. They're expensive, though. Most people never don't deal with them because they're basically reserved for the elite teams in America. In other words, conversion is the most inexpensive right here. It's $1,000 to set up, and you send a contract for $6,000 a year. Commissions Inc., that is $1,600 a month or over $19,000 a year just to have the website. I mean, it's a small mortgage payment. You don't own it either. You're just leasing it. Well, we provide the enterprise version, which is a custom version for EXP. Pay-per-click and ad placement are not included, neither are they in these prices. But basically, all the EXP agents get this as a part of our EXP tech package of $50 a month, not $1,600 a month or $500 a month, just $50 a month, your choice of either one. Now, stock acquisition. I was 20 years at Remax and Keller Williams with no stock awards. And so check it out. At EXP, on your first transaction of the year, you're awarded shares of EXPI stock. Every EXP agent is a shareholder. It's agent owned. Well, at EXP, you're awarded stock. Currently, you're getting like over $600 worth of stock, worth of shares in EXP currently. So that's pretty cool, you know. If 10 people come to EXP because of you, that's like $6,000 worth of stock. That beats the heck out of three $10 Starbucks cards. So I like this. I like that. Now there's a 3-year vesting. We borrowed that from Keller Williams. In my first 8 months, I was awarded over $70,000 worth of stock in EXP versus 0 for the prior 20 years. Now I've got 70,000 reasons to stick around. Well, I might only get 10 or 15 or 20,000 or 5,000 worth of stock. Okay. Well, now you have 5,000 reasons to stick around because you can't cash it for 3 years. It's 3-year vesting. It's an ingenious retention program. Now you can buy it. It's publicly traded on monikers EXPI. Check it out. Watch it grow. It's fun. We have an agent stock purchase program, which is totally optional. I'm taking advantage of this. All my agents are. I really don't know anyone not taking advantage of this. Basically, you could set it up so you can use up to 5% of your commission to purchase stock at a 20% discount on the 30-day rolling average. So I've been doing that for the past 8 months. That's in addition to the $70,000 I was gifted. So I'm just loving this. Now we have an icon program, which is for attracting agents to EXP that are iconic. In other words, they're well known in their town, maybe their city, maybe even their state or the country. Here's how it works. Well, at EXP, it's just 16. So it's a very competitive cap, and then you go to 100%. Once you're at 100%, it's just a flat fee of $250 per transaction. So when you do an additional 20 sales, that means you pay an additional 20 times 250 or 5,000. When you add it to the 16 you paid in for a cap, that's $21,000. But on sale number 20, they award you your cap back in the form of stock. You actually earn $16,000 in stock. So would you really pay to be at EXP? $5,000. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. Let's keep going. This is why I came to EXP, revenue sharing. And I'm going to compare revenue sharing to profit sharing. Now, the largest real estate company ever, the most successful one ever in North America with over 160,000 agents currently is Keller Williams. They did it by sharing profits with their agents 7 levels deep. We simply copied their system. EXP was founded by ex-Keller Williams superstars, and we share revenue 7 levels deep. For example, the first agent that joins EXP because of you, they take the $16,000 cap and they break it up into bite-sized rewards to share with their agents, revenue sharing. So if someone joins EXP and they cap, you get $2,800. Typically at $275 purchase price, it's going to take 8 to 10 sales to cap. So if you refer someone who sells at least 8 to 10 homes a year, they're going to cap, you will receive $2,800. That's pretty cool. Now, if you do it 10 times, how much would you get? $28,000. There's no limit. I've actually referred over 40, so in 8 months. Now watch this. Now, if you refer 5, though, not only do you get the 28, 5 unlocks level 2, 10 unlocks level 3. So if you refer 5 or 10, you get not only get the 28, you get the 32 and the 2, all the way down to 7. If you refer 40 or more, you qualify for all 7 levels of revenue sharing. They're willing to pay out the entire cap if need be. Now, why do they do that? It's simple. 2 reasons. How can they stay in business, right? Easy. It's a mathematical impossibility for everyone to have referred 40 at the same time. There's always new people. It's just impossible. And number 2, averages. The average EXP agent is typically around 5 to maybe 10, but probably closer to 5, which means they're only getting paid the first 2, maybe the third. But for sure, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on average, these monies stay with EXP. It's how they pay their expenses and make a profit. As they become profitable, it's good for the stock. Who owns the stock? You own the stock. I own the stock. It's agent owned, so it's good for us. Let me give you a kind of a simple example of how this works. Let's say year 1, you refer 6 people who cap. That means they sell 8 to 10 homes a year typically. You're going to get $2,800 a person, or $16,800 outside of your real estate commissions. Now let's say year 2, you're busy with real estate. You don't do anything, but the 6 agents you referred, each referred just 1. You have a total of 12 people at EXP. Now these 6 each are worth $3,200 a person. That's $19,200. Okay. Remember, level 2 is $3,200 a person. Level 3 is 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So these people are on your level 2. That's $19,200 plus your $16,800. That's $36,000 a year, or $3,000 a month. Did that just eliminate your mortgage, your rent payment? Yeah. And that's what 12 people in 2 years at EXP, a total of 12. Now here's the cool thing. It doesn't have to take 2 years. I referred 12 people. They watched this, and they signed up the first 2 weeks. My second month at EXP, I received $5,000 in revenue sharing. I've never made less. Let me give you a 3-year plan. I mean, if not this, what will change in your life in the next 3 years? Just play along here. Let's say the first year you refer, 3-year plan here. You refer 10 people to EXP who sell 8 to 10 homes a year. You get $2,800 per person. That's $28,000. If that's all you did, and you get it each year they're with the company. Every year they're with the company, EXP gives you $2,800 of the $16,000 in revenue sharing. It's residual in nature. So 10 years at $28,000, you have $280,000 in the bank if you saved it. Now the reason that's not going to happen is because these people will tell people. In this example, I'm going to say 10 agents who each tell 10 like you. Maybe year 2, they each average telling 5, and year 3, they each average telling 5. Then in 3 years, you'd have 10 total 10. Or 100 on your second level. At $3,200 a person, there's $320,000 a year plus your 28. That's $348,000 a year. Plus you got all kinds of EXPI stock, but $348,000 a year. Some of you are going, well, Brent, is that realistic in a 3-year period? I mean, okay, what if it took 6 years? What if it took 10 years? Now here's our growth chart. I love this. Here's 2009 when we were founded by Glenn Sanford. He was kind of the right-hand man. He and a small group of people were in charge of technology mastermind group for Keller Williams International. He was kind of like Gary Keller's right-hand man. He goes out and founds EXP in 2009. He goes on 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and this was the growth, not bad. And then in 2016, he projected to be, this is 1,200 agents. They want to be at 1,400 agents. Well, the year's over. 2016's in the can. How'd it go? Well, they ended at 1,800 agents. They exceeded projections. They wanted to be at 1,400 by the end of the year. The first quarter of 2017, they had over 3,000, more than double their end of the year goal. The company doubled in a quarter. In a quarter. That would be like Keller Williams going from 160 to 320,000 agents in a quarter. I mean, this company is expanding at a rapid rate. 7 years ago, we were in 3 states. Today, we're in 43 states, DC plus Canada, Alaska, Hawaii. We're just opening British Columbia, Ontario. We're going into Mexico, hopefully next year, 2018. It'll be Australia and New Zealand next, and then the Asian markets, followed by South America and Europe. We're bringing a global, international real estate company to market. Here's the cool thing. You can't buy it. It's not a franchise. Your capital outlay, $99, and one time. I know at RE/MAX for 12 years, I paid like $370, and I paid it every we couldn't really tell you. But so there's no real capital risk here. Well, how about overhead? What kind of overhead are we looking at? Our technology fee at EXP is $50 a month, and what do you get? You get either conversion or commissions inked. Two world-class lead generation websites to choose from to help you with leads. It's a massive value for $50 a month. Then there's a one-time each year university educational fee of $420 taken out of your first transaction. It pays for over 25 to 35 classes a week for $420 a year. That's a bargain by anyone's standard. Now, here's the numbers. If you're a numbers guy or gal, here you go. You've been waiting for this. It's an 80-20 split until you cap. The cap is defined as $16,000 paid into EXP. And if you have a buyer's agent, 2 or 10, I had 18 of them, they get to come in under a half cap at $8,000. Once they pay an 8, they go to 100% with EXP. Now, they're still on a 50-50 with you, or a 60-40 or a 70-30. Whatever split you have worked out, they're still on that with you. And by the way, when you cap at $16,000 paid in EXP, you're awarded additional shares of EXP shares, another stock award. I've got every award I'm showing you on here. It's just normal. There's no royalty, by the way. We're not a franchise. I paid royalty for over 20 years to RE/MAX and Keller Williams. I'm so excited not to pay royalty. And by the way, it's an 80-20 split for everybody. If you're brand new, you're on an 80-20. If you have a moderate amount of experience, you're on an 80-20. If you're a veteran, you're on an 80-20. Some are like, well, I have a 90-10 right now or 95-5. That's great, but do you have revenue sharing? And do you have stock? And do you get leads? And do you have massive training? You're giving up a lot for that extra 10 or 15%. Then once we cap, we go to 100%. That's better than a 90-10 or a 95-5. Per transactional fees, $25 broker review fee, pretty nominal amount. And then E&O is $40 per sale in California only. Every other state in the nation, it's $30. We're capped at $500 a year. It's great insurance. Lloyd's of London, I believe. And then once you're captured 100%, then you just drop down to a flat fee of $250 for 20 sales. Upon sale number 20, you earn the $16,000 in stock, and then you drop down to a $75 flat fee after that. Now, Ian here was an independent. Why should an independent agent merge with EXP? Here's why. It's still Ian Marshall and Associates. He didn't lose his brand. I'm still Brent Gove Real Estate. Okay, I didn't lose my brand, but now I'm powered by EXP. He was powered by EXP. His first 24 months, he grew to 100 agents from 17. He came with 17 as an independent broker, goes to 100. The following year, 190. Let's see, 5 years to 17, and in 3 years, he's got 190. Does it work? Oh, yeah. There's our logo. There's our luxury division. There's our commercial division. We train our agents, our platform for education and training, expcloud.com. You might want to check that out. And then finally, we're going to conclude today with a 2-minute explanation of revenue share, and it'll blow you out of your seat. Up until this point, I was like, okay, yeah, it looks good, but I wasn't sold. This last 2 minutes just blew me out of my chair. So for the next 2 minutes, please put your phone down. Don't text, don't email. Give me your attention. I will just blow you right out of your chair. So revenue share calculator. So what this is going to do is show you how revenue share does. Break it down. This is the part you got to watch. It just blew me away. So we're not a franchise. We're a national company. And according to NAR, the National Association of Realtors, the average agent sells 6 homes a year. And according to NAR, the average sales price coast to coast is $275. The average commission is 2.5, sadly enough. I know I get 3.5 on all my listings. Some of you get 3. You'll make more. Some of you are a higher sales price. You'll make. I'm like at 475. So, and I sell way more than 6, and I'm sure a bunch of you too. Again, it'll just be better. I'm dialing this back. I'm being conservative. So let's say the first year. Just play along with me here. How many agents could you personally introduce to EXP? Could you do 5? I'm going to give you a 5-year plan, kind of like a 401k for real estate and an exit strategy. Not that you have to exit real estate, but how would you like not to have to work as hard as you've been working for all these years? So could you introduce 5 this year, and could you do that each year for 5 years? If so, at the end of 5 years, you will have referred 25 people to EXP. And in my example, I'm going to say who averaged 6 sales a year at $275 at a 2.5 commission. And then how many people do you think those agents get introduced over the next 5 years? What if they did 1 a year for 5 years? That'd be 5 in a 5-year period. And then the agents stay till even less, 3 in a 5-year period. The agents stay till even less, 2 in a 5-year period. That's like 1 person every 2.5 years. I'm really kind of dialing this back. Because you told 25, 20 unlocks level 5, and 25 gets you to level 6. However, you do not get paid on level 7. You must refer 40. You only did 25, so you're not going to be paid on level 6. So what this calculator does is it shows you your annual income, not one-time income, but your annual income with EXP through revenue sharing once you complete the above picture. Now people are like, what was the above picture? You personally referred 25 agents to EXP. Now, I did 12 in my first 2 weeks. This is not hard to do. But 25 people to EXP in the next 5 years who average 6 sales a year, and they tell some of their friends, who tell some of their friends. It kind of compounds and accumulates out. Okay, well, here it is, and I promise you this is not broken. It's $2.1 million a year is your annual income 5 years from now with EXP revenue sharing once you complete the above picture, which is right here. What is this? Can you refer, if you want to make $2.1 million a year outside of sales, because now you're not just a salesperson, you're building a real estate company with EXP, with me, with the person who invited you here. So could you have 25 people? There's 2 million out there. Could you find 25 who average 6 sales a year, not a month, a year, at 275? Could you find those people? And then they tell some people who tell some people tell some people. I went and did 25 in 3.5 months. I already have people that have done 5, 10, 15, 20, 23, 24. We haven't even plugged in any of those kind of numbers here. Again, you did the lion's share of the work. Nobody did anything like this. And there's your income, 2.1 million a year. Now, I was showing this to a friend of mine. He's like, hey, could you change that to 15? I go, sure, why? He goes, well, I'm not as outgoing as you, but I think I could tell 3 people this year. And if I did that each year for 5 years, I could refer 15 years. I think this is more realistic for me. Like, okay, well, you lose level 6 because it takes 25 to get level 6 revenue sharing. You lose level 5 because you have to refer 20. Referring 15 will just get you paid on 3 levels. So he goes, yeah, show me that. This is more me. I think I could do this in 5 years. $655,000 a year is not bad. He's like, really? He's like, okay, I'm in. I'll end with this. I shows to another friend up north of Farmtown. He goes, could you drop it to 10? I go, yeah, why? He owned an independent brokerage. He had 14 agents that worked for him. They said, all my agents, they average probably 6. So what would this earn me? I go, well, you're going to lose level 4 because you didn't tell 15. You're only going to get paid on 2 levels. And he goes, yeah, he goes, I could see that happening for sure. And he's a 35-year independent. He goes, what would that earn? Well, how's $250,000 a year? $251,000 a year. Talk about a 401k for real estate. Or you could just not try. Well, I'm just going to stay with my old company and sell my tail off. Really, that's why I left Keller Williams, because I knew in 5 years I'd be 56 years old. I'd be selling my tail off then just like I am now. I knew my future is predictable. So is yours. But what have you got to lose? I know Wayne Gretzky, the greatest hockey player of all time, he's kind of like the Michael Jordan of hockey. They're like, how do you score so many goals? He goes, well, simple. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take in life. Because I shot on goal more than anyone else. I scored more than anyone else. And I think through life we play it safe too long. We just play it safe. What's the harm in trying? Well, if it doesn't work, I guess I could go back to my old company. They would take you back with open arms, give you 100% for a year in a corner office just to prove that EXP didn't work. You would actually make money trying EXP. You can't go wrong. What's the other one? Wayne Gretzky said something else. You go, come on, there's got to be more than that. He goes, well, actually there is. Most of the hockey players skate to where the puck is. I just skate to where it's going. And so EXP is where the puck is going. This is the future of real estate. By the way, if you've seen enough, I want you to come to this website, join.exprealty.com, and click on Apply as Agent Broker and do that. This is an online 2-minute application. Take 2 minutes and fill this out right now. Put your sponsor here. That is not me. Do not put me here. That's the person who sent you the link and has been talking to you about EXP. Put them there. They deserve that. and then hit submit. This will not transfer your license to EXP, but triggers the beginning of an application and qualification and process. They want to know about your license information, about your experience level, how many homes have you sold, are you a part of a team, how long have you been licensed. It takes about 5 days to get approved. That doesn't mean you'll be at EXP once you're approved, but at least when you do want to come in a week or 2 or 3 or whenever you're ready to come, you can come at the click of a mouse. You go online to the Department of Real Estate in your state and you move your license from whatever brokerage you're at to EXP. You're the one that's in charge of that. We do not contact your broker. So take a minute, go to join.exprealty.com and click on Apply as Agent and get this part get done, because the most mistake people make is they're like, okay, I want to come. I'm listing 2 homes tonight and I'm writing an offer. It takes 5 days to get you approved. All that will stay at your old brokerage. It could have gone towards your $16,000 cap. It's now wasted. You've wasted thousands of dollars. So take a minute, get that done. It's been great being with you, and I look forward to seeing you on a future webinar. Bye for now.